The next tasting in our small batch series is Falconers Flight. Welcome back, everybody. So on this channel, what we're doing is home brewing and craft beer. So on the home brewing side, we're making all grain beers, we're making brew in the bag beers, we're making SMaSH beers, we're making kit beers. We're also doing some partial mash beers. On the craft beer side, we are trying as many craft beers as we can. So in this video, we have started a small batch series that is a SMaSH beer. So what is a SMaSH beer? Single malt, single hop. This is Falconers Flight. This will be the second tasting, and I actually did this review yesterday, and the microphone battery died. So it was half on, half off. So I am redoing this from having it yesterday. So if you didn't see the first review, I would suggest going back and watching it. But this came in at 4.33%. This was bottled on 6/2. Today is 8/2. Usually every month I try and taste one, because we're not only seeing what the malts do, what the hops do, as far as flavor profile, we're also trying to see what the carbonation tablets do. What does the malt do to the hops over time? Usually in a hop, the alpha acids would start to die down and your malt will start taking over. This is using 2 pounds of Rarh Premium Pilsner malt with hop additions of Falconers Flight at 30 minutes, 0.39, at 5 minutes, 0.29, then 3 days into fermentation, we will dry hop with 0.32 ounces. When you dry hop, you want fermentation to be active, so when you put it in there, it starts scrubbing it. So let's go ahead and open this and see what we get. We are getting a nice hiss out of there. This was a reused cap, so it did work as far as keeping the carbonation in there. We did have one that Steve and I did that I didn't screw it down tight enough, so we didn't have that good a seal, and it didn't have any carbonation. We do have a very white head, small medium bubbles, almost a finger of head. Color, very light hazy yellow color. Protein and yeast are in there. Tons and tons of bubbles coming up. This did use the Mr. Beer fermentation kit, or fermenter, the 2-gallon one. So because of that siphon, and I bottle directly out of that fermenter, we are going to get more hop matter, more yeast, more trub in there because it is not filtered. Let's go ahead and get a smell. Lightly toasted malt, some citrus bitterness in there. Yeah, that toasted malt is very faint, but it's almost fighting with that citrus in there. At this point, I would have to say Falconers Flight is citrus. I do not have down what Falconers Flight is, the aroma or the flavor profile, but smelling this, I would have to say some kind of citrus. Let's go ahead and taste. Like a sweet bread, lemongrass citrus in there. I do get some bitterness on the back and the aftertaste on this. Carbonation level is almost too high, but I think by looking at it, I can tell, okay, it's going to be a little overcarb, which is weird. I'm guessing it's from using that Pilsner malt, light-bodied, only 4.33%, so that the carbonation tabs show up more because it's not as thick, maybe because the ABV isn't as high. Yeah, nice, sweet, almost like a sweet bread, going back into some citrus bitterness, and then aftertaste, you do get that almost a hop burn. I shouldn't say hop burn, or bitterness burn with some sweet citrus in your mouth. Maybe I'm going with citrus, but it is almost like an earthy lemongrass citrus after your palate starts to warm up. So yeah, I would say earthy citrus flavor out of this Falconers Flight. And I don't have any notes from the last time, so I try and do them all blind, so that way I'm not thinking what I said last time. So if you want to see what I said last time, go back and watch that. Yeah, I think it's good. Carbonation is a little bit too high in this. From my notes, we're probably around 60 IBUs. So this would put it probably at an IPA. The color's probably a little too light for an IPA, but the bitterness is up there. Yeah, I think overall, nice smooth beer. Definitely want to play with this hop with some other hops combined and see what we get. But yeah, solid. It's good. We'll see next month if it starts going down, if that hop bitterness or hop lemongrass starts going down and we start getting more sweet malt in there. I think this is perfect. So for this one, I would say 2 months is the good point, but we'll have to wait and see what the other one does bring. And like I said at the beginning, I did have one, then I had to have one today. So I have 4 of these bottles. So now I'm down to 1 because we did one on 7.2, then 8.2 would have been 2, but because I messed the one up or the audio cut out, I'm down to 1. So next month will be our final review of this. So if you like this video, thumbs up. If you don't, thumbs down. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring that bell so you know when new videos are coming out. And until next time, happy brewing.